Hi viewers, this is Dr. Aijaz Qureshi from Toronto, Canada with today's The Daydreamer Show. Today our topic of discussion is smart manufacturing and Industry 4.0. What is smart manufacturing? What does Industry 4.0 mean in general? And why it is important for Pakistan to really consider and adopt Industry 4.0. Our esteemed guest today is Dr. Muhammad Imran Sarwar. He's from Lahore, Pakistan, but he is in Penang, Malaysia right now. He is Industry 4.0 expert. He's an IT evangelist. He's a consultant, public speaker, researcher at University of Sains, Malaysia. He's president at USM Toastmasters Club. Great personality. I couldn't even capture what he has on his profile. It's so impressive profile that I was really I couldn't comprehend how he accomplished that much in short span of time. A great personality, Dr. Imran. Let's welcome him to the show. Welcome to the show, Janab. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, Islam, thank you so much for inviting me for your show.
Thank you so much. So I have given a little bit introduction, Dr. Imran. If you can please tell us, how did you get here from the childhood when you were a child? Did you think that you will become a president of Toastmaster Club and Industry 4.0 evangelist and expert? How did you get here where you are?
Okay, when I was born and I was in the childhood, I didn't know that I would be doing this thing. But I know one thing that I will be doing is to change in the community. My father is a doctor. I was born in Lahore. And with my education in computer science, I work as a software engineer in an American firm in Lahore called Innovative Private Limited, which is I2C. And after becoming a software engineer for 3 years, I moved to Malaysia to do my further studies, which is master's in computer science, specialization in distributed computing. And then the doors are opening and I become a research scientist working on the wireless networks. And then I was given a chance to work in industry as a tech lead, software tech lead in a very big firm called HP, which is here as Agilent Technologies. And I work as a technical lead, software technical lead for about 2 years. And then I got a scholarship to do my PhD in computer science, specialization in wireless infrastructure network, fully sponsored. So I did my PhD in same university, which is Universiti Sains Malaysia in Penang. Penang is a beautiful island in the North Malaysia. It is surrounded by sea, and the university is one of the best universities in Malaysia. It is also called University in a Garden. So I was working as a researcher as well as doing my PhD. After completion of my PhD, I went to the industry again because I have a passion to do development and technical lead. So I was an IoT development manager and solution architect. At the same time, I was having a passion of speaking. And because of that passion of speaking, I become a professional trainer. I'm professional trainer, certified trainer for about 7 years plus. So with the different disruptive technologies are coming, so I learn, I apply, and I share. So this learn, apply, and share, giving me an opportunity to work on multiple technologies, and at the same time, teach, train, and do public speaking in vast IT scope, starting from Internet of Things, cloud computing, big data analytics, AI, which is artificial intelligence, and Industry 4.0. I'm very grateful to Allah and all of my mentors and friends who basically believe in me, especially my family. So I basically pursue into different public speaking and training in the government, in the private, and in the multinational industry firms.
Awesome. That's impressive. That's impressive, really. Doing so many things at the same time, it's really amazing. It's simply amazing. So let's come to the topic of smart manufacturing. So what is smart manufacturing actually in layman's term for the people who don't know or who don't understand smart manufacturing? For the benefit of those people, can you please share your thoughts about it?
Okay, in order to tell you about the smart manufacturing, smart automation, and smart industry, I would like to go back 200 years back, which is first industrial revolution. In the first industrial revolution, things were using a steam base. Then was a second industrial revolution in 1910 when the manufacturing of cars takes place. And then there was a third industrial revolution in which computers manufacturing was basically automated. Now, during the past 3 years, there's a fourth industrial revolution. In the fourth industrial revolution, there is a disruptive technology of AI, data, cloud, and Internet of Things, meaning your factory, from supply chain, from chemical plant, from manufacturing, everything is controlled automatically without interaction of humans. And then there will be a predictive maintenance, means that you have a very big factory and very less people are over there. The machines are basically working on behalf of humans, and they are controlling the whole manufacturing plants for the humans, and they are controlling it intelligently. But in order to control this intelligently, you have to connect the machines. Machines connectivity or device connectivity is helped by Internet of Things, in which you can assume that every machine inside the industry, whether it's industry for chemical, whether it's industry for manufacturing, for automation, for supply chain, for logistic, for pharmaceutical, anything, all of the machine that are manufacturing those things are having a connectivity with the internet. And when they have a connectivity with the internet, they are producing the data. And that data will be stored in the cloud. Once the data is being stored in the cloud, it becomes a big, and you apply analytics called big data analytics. Once the analytics will basically give you a prediction analytics in the form of what is happening. You can do monitoring of all of the machines, whether you are in America or in Canada or in Pakistan. If your manufacturing plant is in Pakistan, wherever you are in the world, you can able to see in your mobile app about monitoring of the device. This is because of the connectivity. Second thing is this, that once the data is over there, you can predict about maintenance, that if that machine, what is the temperature of that machine, and if it goes above the dangerous level, this means I need to shut down automatically. Previously, what happens in the industry 3.0, there are workers stand by in the shift to see all of the machine in the assembly line are working fine or not. If any machine goes hot, it will shut down. So the first person needs to go, shut down the machine, fix the machine, and then turn it on. But Industry 4.0, you don't have to be there. Means that if the machine is going up in temperature and about to crash, before this happens, machine will automatically shut it down and make it cool. So this is maintenance. But from the business point of view, from the return of investment point of view, we need to look ahead that how I can able to do the manufacturing according to the demand in different part of the world. So it's called predictive analysis, and that can be done using artificial intelligence. So if you are manufacturing a part in Pakistan and you need to export this to US or Europe, you need to know about their demand. So based on the demand, automatically the machines will able to do the manufacturing for you. And if the demand is less, machine will able to make less production. If the demand is more, the machine will make it more production. So it is without even touching a human interaction. So this is, in the layman term, Industry 4.0 is a name of a new revolution in which there will be a less interaction of humans, more interaction of AI and machines, so that machines can able to collaborate with humans, work together, and work on the manufacturing in intelligent way without interaction of the humans.
Great. So this raises a question in my head, and there are lots of there are two groups of people about the automation when it comes to the automation. One group says the automation is great, it's awesome, it's more predictive production and things like that, right? The other group says that it brings the unemployment in the community. Okay, so there is counter arguments on both sides and things like that. With the world population being growing and they contradict with each other. Growing population with growing automation, they don't go together. So what is your take on this aspect of the automation?
Very good and very relevant questions. Whenever I give a training in the industry like Motorola, Intel, Microsoft, and other places, the people will be asking me the same question: that will man will be replaced by machines or robot? There are two group of thoughts. One is Elon Musk and one is Jack Ma. Jack Ma says machine will not replace humans. That's why in Alibaba warehouse in China, which is one of the biggest in the world, there are no humans in the inventory management. All are robots. On contrary, Elon Musk says machine or AI can replace human jobs. If you come for the conclusion, I think I will take the middle path, in which I will say that there will be some jobs which will be replaced by machines, and then there will be a new job for humans. I give you an example: data scientist. This job was not existed 5 years ago, but now it exists. Data analyst, blockchain developer, all these new jobs are coming. So there are automated jobs which is obsoleting, and there are new jobs is coming. That's why in our industry we are saying that the education system should able to teach four important things to humans. Number one, critical thinking, creative thinking. Number two, leadership and emotional intelligence. Because these four things cannot be placed inside the machines. Machine doesn't have a critical thinking ability. Machine lacks creativity. Machine lacks emotional intelligence, and machine lacks leadership. So coming back to your question, I will take in the middle that some of the jobs will be replaced, which is more towards repetition jobs like cleaning, like automating, but new jobs will be creating. This means we have to upgrade our skills above to a new level so we can able to compete with the machines.
Awesome, great. So that's really awesome. So in terms of the Industry 4.0, let's talk about that as well. You said that all the data, production data, the machine data that goes into the cloud, and it is stored in a big data database somewhere, which can be analyzed. Is there a consortium or something that is syndicating all this information coming in to a central place? Where that central place resides? Is it distributed, or is it somewhere at central place? Where is it?
Excellent question. Aijaz, in the last century, the most precious resource for the humans was black water. Black water is oil. But in the 21st century, the most precious thing for humans are the data. And when we talk about cloud computing, it's basically having a distributed computing. There are four important players right now in the world which are handling the cloud. Number one is AWS, which is Amazon Web Services. Number two is Microsoft Azure. Number three is Google Cloud. And number four is a very new but emerging player which is catching up the thing so fast. It's called Alibaba Cloud. So this data which we are storing inside the cloud is basically distributed. Why it is called cloud is basically we cannot see what's inside. So there might be a server in Singapore or maybe a backup server in US. But to us, using a web browser, we don't know where our data is. I give you a small example. Everyone checks an email, Gmail. So cloud have an important attribute that it will be always on 24/7. So if you wanted to check your Gmail, you don't know where the emails are being stored, but it is being given to you, whether you access from Canada or from Pakistan or from Japan. Number two characteristics of cloud is it's elastic, means the more people can access, it cannot slow down. It has to accommodate. So this autonomous data is basically having an opportunity for the big giants to save it. So that's why there are three different kinds of cloud. One is called private cloud, that you can able to have a private infrastructure of cloud in your industry or in your office. Or you can have a public cloud that all of your servers and data is in the public. And you can, or third way is hybrid. You can able to store your confidential data inside your private cloud, and some of the data which is not private, you can able to make it in the public. So it's a hybrid approach. So data is being stored. Privacy is a big concern, but managing those servers inside our company is a very costly thing, and cloud is very cheap. So that's why we are industries like Motorola, Intel, or big giants. They prefer to have either private cloud. But for SME, small companies, they cannot able to buy big servers because it costs a lot with the licensing. That's why the small companies cannot afford a private cloud. That's why they go either hybrid cloud or public cloud.
Great, great. So in terms of the data that is being collected for Industry 4.0, there are two data sets. One is the production data, what a CNC machine is producing, things like that. And the other is the performance data. So what sort of data the Industry 4.0 collects? Does it collect the production data or the performance data?
Okay, very interesting question. Actually, when we talk about Industry 4.0, people presume that it is only related to industry. It is not. Industry 4.0 is applied also in agriculture. It is called Agriculture 4.0. Then it is applied in the healthcare. So it become Healthcare 4.0. And it apply on logistic also. I give you two examples for agriculture and for smart manufacturing. In agriculture, we have a sensors. Thank you so much to China, because China produces the sensors and machines so much that the price becomes low. Before 2012, the price of the sensor was quite expensive. Now it's very cheap. So in agriculture, we have a temperature sensor, we have a water level sensor, we have a moisture sensor, we have a quality of soil sensors. So with these sensors, we put inside agriculture field, and then we can able to monitor about the health of the crops, water level. If the water level gets low, so automatically sprinkler can able to open and give the water. Plus we have a drone technology. Autonomous drones. Autonomous means it is not be controlled by humans, rather than it is autonomous with a camera that can able to use for security reason, that differentiate between objects and livestock. Livestock means sheep, cow, and others. So with this data, we are having a monitoring. We are monitoring our agriculture. Plus, we have a data about the quality of crops. Plus, we can do the predictive analytics using a big data and AI, that which place needs more. If with my current field, how much yield and crops I can generate that can gain me profit. So this is for agriculture. So you are predicting, forecasting for 6 months that if I grow this amount of, let's say, cotton or sugarcane or rice, what will be the price based on market? Means that farmers, basically they rely on third parties, and relying on third party, they are blackmailing them. They are not giving according to the market rate. But using an agriculture 4.0, farmer can able to know what is the current value of wheat and current value of sugar, so they can able to produce accordingly. In a manufacturing industry, there are data, there are PLC system, there's a SCADA based system and machines. They have the sensors. So you can monitor those temperatures, the work efficiency and other things. You can do logging, and at the end you can able to automate to yield. If I run this kind of machines for this term, long terms, for these many days, how much production I can able to. Because if you talk about factory, it includes logistic, it includes supply chain. If the demand in the market is high, automatically supply chain will increase, and then your production can go with a more faster rate. If the demand is low in different company, automatically everything will be doing. So this is a cycle. Plus you can do predictive forecasting, like in Middle East, which kind of product is in South Asia, which kind of product is in or in high demand on a real-time basis. When we talk about Industry 4.0, the baseline is IoT, which is Internet of Things. In Internet of Things, the most critical and important thing is real-time data. We are getting a real-time data from machines and from devices. Also, we are getting a real-time data of the customer need and market forecasting. So when we have a real-time data, we get a real-time analysis, how much to produce and how much to things. So coming back to your question, what type of data it will be stored and used, it depends on industry. It depends on sector of industry. In agriculture, it will be more farming kind of a data. In the industry, it is more towards machine data and other things.
Yes, the question was coming actually from, for example, there are two plants, right? And they are distantly located by different vendors, different companies, different manufacturing companies, similar plants with similar production capacity, similar products being produced, right? So you're collecting, performance is fine. I know if the machine is not performing or performing and things like that, that's the control side of it. But I'm talking more about the production data. So when a machine is producing X number of or N number of items, and you collect that data and you store it in the cloud on plant A, plant A is in Pakistan, plant B is in Japan, but plant B for some reason is performing way better than plant A. So then you can compare the two numbers and see why this unit is producing 10,000 units per minute and the other is producing 15,000 units per minute. So what is the difference? So then you can probably analyze around what information can be shared and stored, because sometimes that information may be proprietary and people may not want to, manufacturers may not want to share for some reasons. So that was my thought.
Very, very interesting question, because right now the industry, whether it's a SME or MNCs, means multinational companies or small, medium-sized enterprise, the main dilemma is that they are not ready to give a data to the cloud.
Exactly. So this is my point, and this is not new, Dr. Imran. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have been experiencing this issue since 1983. When I started, I was an entrepreneur at that time, and I had a consortium of automating the manual drawings, those blueprints, the construction, the electrical, the mechanical, those kind of things, the gas pipelines, things like that. At that time, the draftsman used to draw those, and we offered the services to automate them on the AutoCAD design system so that they can be easily modified, reviewed, referred, things like that. But people would not want to share their information at all.
Actually, the cloud is just one part of it. When I talk about Industry 4.0, there are foundations, there are pillars that basically speed up the whole cycle from raw materials to the automation to the manufacturing and then to the end product. What are those pillars? Basically, number one is Internet of Things or Industrial Internet of Things. Number two is basically cybersecurity. Number three is cloud. Number four is big data. Number five is AI, which is artificial intelligence. Number six is basically additive manufacturing, which is 3D printing. Previously, when you wanted to have, before the production, you wanted to have a design of prototype, it might take a couple of days to create a prototype. And if there are some errors, you have to dump it. You have to spend a couple of days again to draw and make a prototype again. With the essence of 3D printing, it can be in hours. You just provide the simulation design plus the raw materials, and like that, it can able to make it. And apart from that, there's supply chain, there's autonomous machines and other things. So they make up the Industry 4.0. Now the companies are just, they don't have any problem with the additive manufacturing, IoT. They don't have a problem with the cybersecurity. They can able to ask any consultant to go for the cybersecurity. The main important thing is about the cloud. So for that realization, as I discussed, there are three different kinds of cloud. No matter which vendor you are going, one is public cloud, one is private cloud, and one is hybrid cloud. So those big giants or industry that have the investment, they can able to buy the machines, they can install the libraries and platform of Microsoft Azure or AWS, and they have an IT team to manage all this infrastructure inside their premise. So they are happy with that.
Yeah.
But for small companies, no, they don't have that kind of a luxury or spending so much. I give you an example. If you would like to buy a server which is of maybe 96 GB of RAM with tens of thousands of gigabytes and all of the things, it might cost you about maybe 50,000 USD. Plus, you need to buy the operating system. It's not a Windows 10 operating system we are talking about. It's about either it's a Windows 2016 server data center edition, which is about in more than 1,000 USD per license per machine. And then you have to install databases and other software which are not free. So the initial investment is maybe 100,000 US dollars. But if you go for public cloud with the same specification, let's say one machine of VM, and with the Windows, let's say Windows Server, it might cost us about 400 USD per month. So where
No question about the power of the cloud. Absolutely, you're right.
So 400 USD per month, it is easy for me to spend per month rather than providing 100,000 USD and create infrastructure. The story doesn't end here, Aijaz. When you have the infrastructure, you need a people. You need to hire those people in the 24/7 shift that will manage cloud. So this means it will add more, not labor cost, but skilled worker cost. So in cloud, you don't have to worry about this. So that's why it's quite attractive. So SME, they say, okay, no problem, we can able to go with the cloud. And even the MNCs are also thinking about going towards hybrid cloud, in which some part of their PNC, their design, private and confidential design or patent-based things, they store in local cloud infrastructure. And the rest, they are managing in the public. So they are mixture of public and private and make it hybrid.
Great, awesome. So the last question to you, Dr. Imran, is where do you see Pakistan compliance in terms of the smart manufacturing and industry 4.0 adoption in different fields, whatever, agriculture being healthcare, utilities, manufacturing, what have you? Where is it in relation to 4.0?
Based on my discussion with the colleagues in Pakistan and industrial friends, Pakistan is neither 3.0 nor 4.0. Rather than Pakistan is in the middle, which is industry 3.5. The good thing is that in academics and industry, they are moving towards it. And I think there is a LIFT conference, which is being organized by one of our friends in November, which is basically related to IoT and industry 4.0 as well. So Pakistan is moving towards that direction, and I think it will be because it's a disruptive technologies, and Pakistanis are very good in IT. So I think there will be we can see a very quick and rapid change that industry will be adopting industry 4.0. I'm not sure about healthcare and agriculture, but I'm pretty much positive is this that in the manufacturing and automation and chemical base, there will be industry 4.0 compliance industry very soon.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much for pointing out that Pakistanis are very good at information technology. I thought you were about to say Pakistanis are good in disruptive technologies. That was my lighter side, so sorry about that. So thank you so much. It has been really a pleasure to have you on the show, Dr. Imran. It's really amazing what you're doing up there in Malaysia. We would love to bring that kind of knowledge, to Pakistan, to benefit Pakistan, and in terms of Industry 4.0, sharing the data over the cloud and making benefit. Sharing is caring. When you share something, you care about yourself, you care about others, right? So when you will have the information readily available at your hand, which other countries do, then they can make better decisions. And we still complain that how the other countries are progressing so fast and Pakistan isn't. So being a Pakistani Canadian, I would definitely recommend to Pakistani fellows and friends out there who are watching this show, through this Daydreamer show, I would like to request that please make use of these assets which are sitting abroad, working for other countries. They have realized their potential, and they're just, working for them. Let's use them. Let's bring them back to Pakistan where they can nourish Pakistan, they can nurture Pakistan. What will be your final message? Because this is a show for youth empowerment. What would be your final message, Dr. Imran, for our youth?
One thing I would like to send a humble message to all of my friends in Pakistan and in anywhere around the world. Evolution of technology is very fast. Whatever is relevant today might be obsolete tomorrow. So be a dynamic person where you can learn, unlearn, and relearn. Because if you are not unlearn, and relearn, you might be obsolete as well. So if you have any questions more, you can able to connect with me. But just one thing, that always be positive and try to get knowledge from any source and look ahead for the betterment of the society.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a great message. Be positive. Look for the information, no matter where it is available. Just try to get it. And I think the meat of the potato of this show is to learn, unlearn, and relearn. So that is a message for you folks. Thank you so much, Dr. Imran. It has been a pleasure on behalf of myself, the Daydreamer Show, the Dreams TV, and all the viewers here. I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.